Hello, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 17 of Aussie Club, our bid to return Nottingham Forest to the top of European football. And since our last episode, the stunning 3-3 draw with Swansea City. If you haven't seen last episode, honestly, go back and watch this game. It was one of the best I've ever played. Probably the best I've ever played on any football manager game. It was absolutely insane and definitely worth going back to watch. But since then, you can see a little bit of a mixed basket, if I'm honest. More disappointing than good. Hull City, first game after the Swansea game, we were at home. It was 1-1. We got off to a really good start. You can see a fourth-minute goal from Tilly. But even with that goal, we never really got going. Unfortunately, Tilly got injured later on after I'd made 3 subs. So we went down to 10 men. You can see 93rd minute they equalised. It was really disappointing, but to be honest, we never really got going, so we couldn't really complain that much. Then we went to Cardiff, and this was a great first half. You can see we went up in the early, 11 minutes, we'd scored 2, Elazar and Joe Joyce. And then second half, honestly, we just threw it all away. I don't understand what happened. I told them at halftime, don't get complacent, and they just got complacent. 91st minute was the equaliser. We were a little bit unlucky in that sense, but basically, in the second half performance, we couldn't argue with that either. It was 4 really silly drop points. Then we went and played Sheffield United at home, and wow, this was probably the best performance of the season. Well, probably, it was the best performance of the season. A superb 90 minutes from start to finish. Elazar with a hat-trick, James Tilly with 2, some really good goals in that game as well. Make sure you check out Goals of the Month at the end of this episode to see those. But yeah, absolutely stunning result. Then we went to Huddersfield. Now, Huddersfield were 3rd in the league. They were right up there with us. We were second best in this game. We can have no complaints about the 2-1 score. You can see Louis Mars drew us equal just before half-time, and then, 7 minutes into the second half, they went back ahead. As I said, you can see the match ratings. We were just second best. We couldn't really complain, so that's what happened. So this episode is going to be Millwall away and QPR at home. But before we get on with Millwall, just a quick look at what that's done to the table. You can see we're still there or thereabouts, just 2 points off Huddersfield in the automatic promotion places. Sheffield Wednesday have played a game more, but they're beginning to run away with it a little bit, aren't they? But a couple of good results here. Again, as you can see, QPR and Millwall, they're both second half of the table teams. So 2 decent results here, and we're going to stay in and around that promotion picture, but we've got to watch below us too. We're only 3 points inside the playoffs, so anything can happen, which is what we like. It's just the team we're going with against Millwall. Couldn't quite get Millwall out there. But there we go. So it's Token Aussie in goal. It's Davidson, Suter, and Malak across the back. De Silva, Lopez, and then Njoku down the wings. Griffiths and Joyce in midfield. Z-Law in behind Elazar and Callum and Louis Mars. Callum Mosley, you can see, we've brought him back. We gave him 15 minutes, and he's pulled his effing hamstring again. So I think we may have broken Callum Mosley, guys. It's just really disappointing. Okay, so we can see 4-4-1-1, maybe a bit more defensive than we would have expected them, but they are down the bottom of the table, towards the bottom anyway, so maybe not a complete surprise. Mario says prove a point. Can we go maybe, we're the favourites. Let's give the fans a performance to cheer for. I don't mind that. And then some calm, we have faith. And then we'll get on out there. Right, this is a really important game for us because we have dropped a lot of points recently, even though there's been quite a few draws. We've only lost the 1 game to Huddersfield, really, but a lot of drop points. So this is a really important game to get back in winning ways. It's headed down for Malak. Score! 2 of the triple towers link up nicely in the box. Suter down for Malak, and we could not have asked for a better start, could we? That's really, really good. I was saying before about Callum Mosley, it's really, really disappointing because we gave him, I think it was about 20 minutes in 2 under-23 games, put him on the bench, gave him, as he came on like the 75th minute, it's not like I was overplaying him, and then just did his hamstring again. Not as serious this time, it's a pull rather than a tear, but still, it doesn't look good for long term, so I'm not quite sure what to do now. Let's see if we can get something from here. Z-Law plays it across the back to Suter, is he onside? He's offside. That's a shame. 2-0 up after 15 minutes, and you just about think we could see the game out, especially given where Millwall are on the table. But that's not the case. Still just a 1 goal up. Can we give this a concentrate? Just see how we go here. So I don't know if anybody else is playing this has had problems with sort of persistent injuries like this. I don't think I've ever had a player that's just consistently like serious injury at the same time over and over. Here's Louis Mars. So I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure what to do. I thought I was easing him back in, giving him 20 minutes in the reserves, and then 15 minutes in the first team. But apparently not. So Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do there. Louis Mars across the ball, great ball. Wonderful ball across the box there, and Njoku knocks it in quite nicely from the edge or penalty spot, really, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought it was a little bit further back than that when I first saw it. But no, it was pretty much from the penalty spot. Good finish into the opposite corner, and that's 2-0. We'll give them an encourage, actually. I may live to regret that, but you can see match ratings haven't been fantastic. I should have given them a concentrate. We need concentration from the set piece, and we are going to clear it. All right, can we launch a counter-attack here? Um, this is where we miss. I think Callum Mosley had such good pace, and it's only three weeks. I think it was. So get that clear we can. So it's not like it's a season-ending one for him, but yeah, I just feel like Louis Mars isn't. He's not quite as good, is he? He's not quite as consistent. He's not quite as quick. He's like a poor man's Callum Mosley, basically. So I just feel like we're missing a little something. It makes me wonder now, can we get this clear? Can I tell them to concentrate? I regret encouraging them and not telling them to concentrate. It makes me wonder if we should maybe send Mosley back to Villa for this season, let him get fit there, and then bring somebody else in on loan. But we're doing okay as it is with Mars. I just don't know. I don't know if I can trust Mosley to come back now. And if Mars was to get injured, we don't really have another poacher type. We'd have Elazar and Stoya, who are both, neither of them are particularly quick, although Elazar isn't particularly slow either. So let's give this actually an assertive, don't look at the scoreboard, basically, because there's a couple of guys here that I don't think have been particularly good. So we'd tell the front two mostly, wasn't it? Mosley's been okay, actually. Elazar's been a little bit off his usual self. Passionate to keep it up for Suta, and let's get this second half underway. So yeah, let me know again what you think in the comments. If we should maybe look to bring another striker in. We have Connor Egan, who's done okay, but he's not someone I don't. My concern now is if Mars gets injured. Basically, we can pretty much skate through this season, I think, with Louis Mars. Maybe we'll wait and give it to January. We have about another month or so until the transfer window opens, and we can actually really do anything anyway. So we might give it to then, see if Mosley can come back and we clear that. We can. I'm not happy with the way this game is going right now. Millwall's really coming back into it. I might give it even a demand more after this highlight. That's not good. We've been giving away a lot of leads lately, so we're going to give this a demand more. The worst one was that Cardiff game, 2-0 up, and giving those two goals back for this, only get a draw. But yeah, that's the sort of, we have the triple towers back there. We should be defending that. That's not the sort of goal that we should be conceding. But you can see this. We certainly haven't been the better team. At best, you could say it's even. But I don't even think you could really claim that. So we might need to look at making some changes here. I'm looking at Matty Davidson's not doing particularly well, given that they have a man playing in behind the striker. What I think we're going to do, I do have Mason on the bench, good. So we're going to take Davidson off. We're going to switch him and Suta. We're going to push Mason up here, play him as a halfback. We've been training him in that position, so he can kind of drop back in, but be more of a ball player as well. And we'll give this a go and see how we do. And we might, next sub, I think, Zelor's had a very quiet game. We have Tilly on the bench, so we might look at making a change there. Just hasn't been a game for Zelor, I don't think. So we'll give this an encourage. We'll pause it there. We will take Zelor off. He just hasn't been in the game. And then we can look to play Tilly, as he likes to be a attacking midfielder. We can put Joyce back into an advanced playmaker, and maybe we'll be able to control the ball a little bit better from midfield. We have those three ball players back in there now. Now Elazar just had an absolute nightmare. He's looking tired. We might look at making a third sub, Sawyer, on for Elazar. We have a couple of bookings, which always makes me nervous in case we get a send-off, but we'll leave it at that for now. Oh dear. Okay, come on. Head this clear, boys. Head this clear. Head this... Oh, no. No. What's happened there? I was too busy panicking. I think it was a free kick for something. Good tackle. Mason clears for Tilly. Can we launch a counter-attack? We've got the two strikers starting in wide positions. Gone for Sawyer. Cross. Wonderful ball for Louis Mars. Can he finish? Louis Mars! That in the back of the net. Unlucky to hit the post, but still, that's got to be going in the back of the net. We might look at just dropping this to control. I'm not completely comfortable with attacking the way that this game's going for us. There's a nice ball. Tilly just couldn't quite get onto it. You could see what was trying to do now. This is going to be a highlight against us, is it? Malakase is there. Malakase actually made his debut for South Africa in the last international break. Oh, I thought that was in. So another international at the club, which is good, albeit just on loan right now. But we will try and bring in the Davidson and Malakase, the two twin towers, two of the three triple towers, who we don't currently have at the club on a permanent deal. And that Tilly, can he find a ball through for Sawyer? Sawyer for Mars. Oh, just right. I think he was offside though, was he? Certainly he wasn't flowing. Let's give this a concentrate now. We're just coming into stoppage time. We're going to try and wind this down because we haven't been particularly good. Put in Joku to defend. Silva Lopez is looking tired. The only other left back we have at the club is Baxter right now, and he is a young prospect at best. I'm not even sure he's that much of a prospect, if I'm honest. So we really are just relying on the I've gone blank, the Silva Lopez until Scando comes back, and I think he's back into light training now. So hopefully it won't be too far away. Right, can we just see this game out now? Oh, Tilly's been caught in possession. It's a long ball over the top. Come on, boys. Let's not give away 3 points. We need these 3 points. It's a good ball across the box. There's no one in there. 20 seconds to go. Can we win a ball here, please? That's out, surely. Yes. Okay, so that should be 3 very hard-fought points against 23rd in the table, Millwall. But they don't draw pictures on the scorebook. They just have the score. And it says 2-1. It says 3 points for us. We'll take it. In the end, it was an even game. That was a bit of a let-off, I think we'll have to say. But there we go, back into the top 2, which is good. So we've had some favourable results there, it looks like. Huddersfield has lost. Swansea must have lost as well. Where are they? They've drawn. So yeah, some good results there for us. And then we just moves into promotion contention. Token Aussie set for a pay rise. That's fine. Wait right there and we'll be back for QPR. Okay, welcome back for QPR. You can see historically, apparently we have a shocking record against QPR. Just 1 draw and 1 win in the last, 9 meetings. But that's before us, so that is of little concern. And this is the team we're sending out. It's more or less the same, few tweaks. Token Aussie, I should say, in goal. Davidson, Suta, Malakase across the back. The Silva, Lopez and Toth we're going to bring in to play down the right. Just give Njoku a bit of a rest. Griffiths and Joyce continue in midfield. We're going to play Joyce as the advanced playmaker, though. Tilly comes in for Zelo. I just feel like the team's playing a little bit better with him in there right now. And then Elazaj and Mars, of course, continue up top. So once again, we can see this 4-4-1-1 formation. Now, that's not how they were expected to play, according to the scouts. So I wonder if we should have played Mason instead of one of the back 3 for this game as well. But we can always make that change. Jean-Marie says do it for the fans. We're at home, so let's give it a passionate, let's give the fans a performance to cheer for. That's gone down well, hasn't it? So Suta is looking stressed against a formation where he isn't necessarily needed. We could have an early change here, guys. Okay, but I should have said too, it's not all bad news on the injury front. The Callum Mosley injury happened right before I started recording the last game. So I was sort of stuck in my brain. But you can see Bobby Mack's back on the bench for us. He had a serious injury as well. He's coming back. Lot more successful return for injury. He's done his time coming back through the reserves, getting some minutes, and he's just about ready to... He could probably start a game now at a stretch, but I feel like Griffiths and Joyce are doing quite well in midfield for us right now. But it's not a worry for us there at all. But not a concern if we had to bring Bobby Mack on to start a game. I'm pretty sure he could do that. You can see 100% fitness, match fitness, obviously a little bit less. But I'm sure he would do a good job for us if we were to require him at any point. So it's not all bad news on the injury front, as I say. So That's a bit of a bright spark. Now, things are not going well here for us. Suter looking very nervous, I'm assuming that is. Yeah, why wouldn't he be looking nervous? He's only the captain. All right, set piece. Can we do here? Griffiths, that's not a great one, is it? Tilly gets it on the edge of the area. In for Malocase. Can he get another goal? No. Oh, that's a bit of a deflection for us. Tilly, unlucky. Was that a post or save? Now, Tooth. I remember that name because we had him at Villa, and he was a very, very highly rated defender. I'm wondering if he's there on loan or if he's someone we could look to side. Louis post again! Oh, damn it. I'm actually curious to see how he does. C-Tooth, I'm sure that's him. How many teeth are there? Colby, that's him. That's definitely the guy we had at Villa. 18, you can see. Oh, he's still there, still on loan. Yeah. I was looking forward to bringing him in, have more bite in defence and all those sort of, or in the tackle, I guess would be the better joke, wouldn't it? But anyway, all those sort of puns we could have used, but wasn't to be. So let's see what we can do here. Can we build Joyce, Griffiths, Tilly in space? We might have to look to exploit the flanks here. We've got Toth running forward. Can he pick a cross out? Into Elazage. Oh, not quite. Decent, but not quite. Let's give this an encourage. Mars, crossfield ball. Elazage knocks it down. Tilly's just on his toes, on his heels, I should say. It looked like that. It's a long ball over the top. We should be able to get to this. Keeper stayed on his line, but he has saved it. That wasn't the best defending. I'm looking at the way they're setting up, and I think there's a lot of space out wide, so we'll tell them to exploit the flanks. We have come back into this as the half's worn on, which is good. The teams above us have both already played. Sheffield Wednesday's won again, and Watford, I think it was, won, so they've gone up above us into second. We do kind of, if we're going to stay in the promotion places, and it is still early days. Elazage, decent touch. He's gone out for Toth. Can Toth get a nice whipped across in? He can. Louis has missed. How has he missed? That was an absolute sitter. So we need to be a little bit sharper. I think we're going to have to... Do we go in assertive, not happy? I think that might be the way to go. The match, even though the actual match has been relatively even, our match ratings I don't think have been good. So we'll give it, and I think, an assertive, not happy. Everybody's relatively motivated. Louis Mars, I can't believe you've missed. Just please score. All right, let's get back out there. We do have Sawyer on the bench, and if we're going to exploit the flanks, that is perhaps he had to have the two big men up top. Could be something that would work. I'm not liking Suter looking very nervous. I feel like the man at the centre of your defence, if there's one player you don't want looking nervous, he's probably the man. Now, Tofstone, well, he's got a nice cross in. This defender's there again. There is definitely some width there. Toth especially is getting quite a bit of joy, isn't he, down the wings. Can we get a foot in there? Oh, good pressure, but not quite. The back. There we go. That was good defending. We've pressed them into a mistake there. Now, De Silva Lopez doesn't have much space in front. He's gone forward, maybe a bit rushed. Griffiths over for Toth. Toth is in acres of space. That's definitely our way in, isn't it? Elazage! An excellent start to the second half. And I just was saying, wasn't I, Toth, in so much space. Griffiths has picked him out beautifully. Toth, he's delivered the cross, and for once, our strikers have just nodded it into the back of the net. We've missed 3 or 4 of those, haven't we? But, yeah, that was a good finish by Elazage, and he is absolutely on fire. What's his value at now? We've got to be looking at quite a chunk of change to get him at the club, don't we? 11.5 million. The only way it's going to even be slightly possible is if we can get promoted. We might then be able to prize him away from Spurs, but yeah, I'm thinking he might almost be too good for us. I don't even know if we get him back for another season on loan, if I'm honest. I get the feeling that at some point in the near future, Tottenham's going to want him playing in their shirt and not a Forest shirt, which is a shame. But rest assured, I will pull out all the stocks to try and keep him at the club. Now let's see what we can do. Oh, it's a horrible pass, Davidson. Let's not go and concede a goal here. As a frog enters my throat, Davidson, he's got away with it. He's made up for his mistake there with a good tackle. That looks suspiciously like a penalty, I must say, but wasn't given, so that's fine. There's no VAR, so we don't have to worry about it. Silva Lopez, there's a decent ball over top for Elazage. They're on the same wavelength, those two. Go on, Elazage! Oh, how are we not scoring these chances? We seem to be so streaky. There'll be games where we, like the Sheffield United game, where we just score everything. And then there's games like this where we just can't hit a barn door. Okay, so let's take Tilly off for Zelor. Zelor tends to play better. You know what? We'll leave him as an attacking playmaker. We'll just take him off that and let him play more risky passes, because I feel like when he's playing through balls, he can be absolutely majestic, Iniesta-esque at times. But yeah, Louis Mars isn't having his best game. We don't really want to target man. We could play Elazage as something different. Louis Mars is just not in the game right now, so let's take him off. Sawyer's better in the air, so we'll move just for the sake of set pieces. We'll move him over there. We'll play Elazage as an advanced forward. The other thing is, if we want to play a halfback, they still have the men up there. I almost wonder if we go sort of like a straight line in midfield and drop Griffiths back there and keep the three-man defence. Just play sort of a deeper playmaker, if that makes sense. What's happening here? We're just doing the old text highlight. I'm starting to like that idea. Just drop Griffiths in there. Keep playing him as a playmaker. We'll do that for now. And then we might, and we probably should have already, just take this back to control. We're into stoppage time. So we'll just, given that it is still a very close game and it is still 3 points that we very much need, we might just close this down. Let's slower, highly structured, time wasting, stay on feet, more disciplined, stick to positions, retain possession, a little bit more mixed passing just in case it needs to go. And there we go. Hopefully, we will see out another 3 points here for not the most free-flowing episode, but we've got to defend this set piece first. Suitors there, and that's a good header. So not the most free-flowing episode, as I said, but 6 absolutely crucial points. We'll tell them, don't make sure focus goes to the next game. Don't get complacent. We'll just go on. And there it is, still, as you can see, look at this promotion place. Between us and 6, there's only 3 points in it, so it's going to come down to 7th. So between automatic promotion and being outside of the playoffs, 3 points difference. Absolutely insane. But there we go, so we've moved into the promotion playoff positions. Tilly's out for 3 days, that's fine. Toth drives us forward. We'll go defensive work was top-notch. And there we go. So that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, not the most goals we've ever scored in an episode, but it was 6 absolutely vital points. So if you have enjoyed that, thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. We'll come back next episode. I'm a little bit concerned about this run on the 26th, 27th, 28th, and then the 3rd of January. That's quite the run of festive fixtures. We'll come back for Derby. That is, of course, the big game for Forest fans, isn't it? So we'll come back for Derby, and as we look to return to the FA Cup final, we'll come back for the 3rd round game, whoever that may be. So that'll be Tuesday. So make sure you don't miss that. But until then, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you very much for watching. And here are some of our best goals from November, and there are a few crackers. Enjoy.